Hello, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Cam Talks. As you can see, the background, the camera, the whole production value, completely different. The studio and I have been building in our house has finally finished, and yeah, that's the first Cam Talks with it. We'll have a few podcasts and stuff like that very soon, but this feels like the start of a new chapter. And I thought the best way to kind of start the new Cam Talks series in this new studio would be to talk about the deep lesson I've been learning the past handful of months that I needed to learn to get to where I am now, to take bigger leaps, risks, to step into more of the aligned, highest version of myself that I am now today, as opposed to where I was a few months ago. I still have a long ways to go, but yeah, I just want to share what's come up for me recently, and especially in this moment after being on my phone for just a little bit and seeing the state of mind a lot of people are still in, especially men my age, and where I've been for so long that I believe no longer serves me. And so, what that stage was, what that phase was, is pretty much a cycle of seasons of life where we'd be down in the dumps, we'd be watching porn, smoking weed, distracting ourselves constantly through social media, dating apps like I did in the past, video games, all these things, and then we'd have these moments of courage where we'd muster up enough ambition, enough motivation to be like, okay, my life's going to change today. My life's going to change. Oftentimes it was Monday. There was next week. It's when I'm going to finally make the difference, make the change. And then Monday would come along, and maybe you have one good day of doing good stuff, maybe one good week. Then slowly after, we fell kind of back in the same habits that we were at before. And I was on the cycle for probably since I was 16 up until now being 25. So almost a decade. And I see people of all ages. I see elderly people in the same cycle. And now that I've had a life experience to show me exactly what got me in those cycles, I can now understand how to pull myself out fully. And now, thankfully, guide others to do the same. And so, the one fundamental problem with these cycles is that not necessarily that we have these good weeks or good days and bad days, but it's the attachment we have towards certain activities. Hear me out on this. This is a big mindset shift, but this is the way. This is the solution. In our minds, through society, through our own family ways, we all have these programs, this conditioning that's been put within us to tell us what's good and what's bad. And all that's bullshit. Straight up. All that is just bullshit. We've been taught by society to create a shame and guilt spiral that many of us currently exist in. There's many reasons for that, which will go into different Cam Talks. I'll explain exactly why they want us in that shame and guilt spiral. But long story short, many of us experience that on pretty much a daily basis in some form, but definitely on a yearly basis. We feel these times of ups and downs. And what I've realized is the problem isn't the ups and downs, but it's our attachment to being up, the attachment to everything being good that causes an imbalance to take place. And so I know in my own life, I have like these times like I described where like, I really got to get my shit together. I want to start this business. I want to get in better shape. I want to do this. I want to do that. And so I would, be like, all right, Monday, I'll get my Google Calendar ready. I'm going to put the gym time I'm going to go to super early in the morning. Then I'll put my deep work session. Then I'll put my time outside. Then I'll put, I want to get this many dates per week in when I was single. I want to do this, and that. And that was great for a day, maybe. But then after that, something would come up that would throw me off track. Either I just got tired of that new routine that felt completely different from the day before, or just felt as if I had this ceiling, this roof, this governor like a car has that stops us from going to the level of velocity that we're capable of going to. There's this cap that I hit. And I always wondered why. And I had some really dark times a handful of years ago, especially when I was living in Bali, where I kept on hitting this cap and I just got super frustrated with myself. Like, why can't I just become the person I know I'm most capable of being? Why can't I step into that higher version of myself? Why can't I just do the things I know that just in my mind feel so simple, but when it comes to actually doing it, it feels so hard? Why is that happening? And then just life, when you're open to it, puts you on the track to finding those answers. In the past handful of years, especially the past handful of months, I've found those answers, at least what works for me. And I just want to share that with you. So in our minds, in society, we've been programmed to believe that there are certain habits, especially in America, that are good and bad. For men that are in their mid-20s, it's make a lot of money, work hard, be in great shape, get all the girls or get one, based trad wife girl, be humble, but also be confident. All these different things, which all these are fantastic qualities to have. And also, we do not become that out of the gate. And on our evolution to getting to there, if it even is worth getting to, we're going to have, 2 steps, 3 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 4 steps back, another 2 steps forward, 1 step back. There's this constant ebb and flow in life that happens. And society does not allow for that to take place. Society does not allow for us to have a season of just having pizza and, for me, chicken sandwiches and ice cream for multiple days a week. Often for me to have a season of just playing NBA 2K and Madden online and becoming one of the higher ranked players in that game and just enjoy that fully. It doesn't allow us a season where we can feel okay taking off months from working out or not caring anymore about going on dates and doing this, doing that. They don't allow us to have deep rest, to sleep for 10 hours a night. They don't really do that much during the day. And I know, of course, many people's circumstances, there's stuff we need to do to pay the bills, stuff like that. I am talking about that, and I'm also not talking about that. I'm talking about there are many of us that are putting in an intense amount of effort, more than what meets the standard to live and to be and to pay rent and do that, which is something I'm completely okay with. I think is a fantastic way to live life. And also, we are not talking about the other side. We're not talking about the fact that most days we wake up and it fucking sucks. We're not talking about how life is a yin and yang. The same thing we've heard the best philosophers talk about, the wisest people we know talk about that balance. We don't allow ourselves to have that. We're like only yang, and yang being only action, only this, only that. No time for rest. And what's actually happening is it's killing us. It's making us age faster. It's making us not enjoy our human experience to the level which we know we can. Because in our minds, we've been programmed to believe that this certain behavior, these certain actions are good. This is what I'll get a pat on the back for. And these are not good. So the past handful of months, this is just what felt right for me after years and years of not allowing myself to do this. I had a time with my girlfriend where we had pizza delivered to our house at least 3 times a week, ice cream all the time, watching reality TV shows, playing a lot of video games. I had a few, things for work. I had a few calls, a few emails. I did all that stuff still, but bare minimum. It wasn't like an all offense season. And I was basically doing everything that my entire life I've been told isn't okay. that what society, especially Twitter and Instagram, the hustle bro culture would tell you is not okay. And it's funny because the moment I just allowed myself to do those things and to be that way is the moment, day by day, that voice in my head of what I should be, what I should do, who I need to be, that I can be, who I can't be, all that began to get quieter and quieter day by day as I allowed myself to truly rest. Still have a ways to go for that, but truly relax. Have no agenda. Have no billion-dollar business I gotta create, an empire I gotta build. I say all this because what keeps us in this loop is not fully loving parts of ourselves that need to be expressed. The parts of all of us that feel lazy, that feel unmotivated, some, if not most days, that feel like just drinking a beer and watching the game, smoking some weed and going for a walk in the park. It is the division that we're creating in our mind between what's good and bad, what's acceptable and unacceptable. That way of thinking is what's causing us to continue down this cycle of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 4 steps back, whatever it has been for you. And so what I've learned is that the moment I love myself fully, when I'm on my second tub of ice cream, watching Batman in my underwear in the living room, after I just smoked some weed and played 2 hours of NBA 2K. When I can love myself fully there and not have shame and guilt around myself, I'll be like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I got to be on my computer looking at spreadsheets, making money, all that other bullshit we've been taught. But the moment I can love myself fully at the quote unquote society bottom, that's even a thing, the moment I can love myself there is the moment I will unlock the love for myself, the energy, the life force necessary for when it is time to be on offense, when it is time in the lion's sense to hunt, to go, go, go. I will have the energy to do so. And so the idea of monk mode, the idea of this hard season of life to get us to where we want to go, we just lock in. We don't talk to nobody. We put ourselves in, we lock ourselves in a room with our laptop and we get to work. Great. Sure. Good luck. I have never met a single person that has done that for a sustained period of time, number one. And while they are doing that, deeply, deeply, deeply enjoy it and want their life to be that way for the foreseeable future. And number three are just happy people. I haven't seen that. Every person that is genuinely happy has a balance in life. They live like a lion. For 80% of the day, they are resting. They're lounging. They're connecting with friends and family. They're having fun. They're exploring. They're playing. And then when it is time to hunt, if you want to even call it that, probably just a different other form of play, what they actually are becoming what they're meant to become, and make the impact they want to see in the world, they're fully energized, fully focused, and they can do so sustainably for decades. And so, whether it's drinking alcohol, smoking weed, playing video games, watching porn, all these other things in life that we've deemed to be bad, and the other bucket of life, the good things, the crushing it in sales calls, send those emails, dating multiple women, whatever it is, or whatever's going on, getting super fit, getting a six pack, whatever has been deemed as good and bad, it's putting one on a pedestal and one down here below you. That attachment, that story we create in our head around these just objective ways of living life is what's causing us to have all the problems. Because our subconscious mind, our body, and our soul need that balance. Because that's what makes up the human condition. That's what makes up the universe. Just like there's day and night, there's sun, there's the moon. Just like there's the growing of a forest and the burning of a forest. We are also human. We're also part of that. We are one. We're all connected. We're all part of nature. But in our heads, in our conscious mind, we're like, oh, only sunny days. Only sunny days, only perfect days. And I'm going to make those be for extended period of time, for months, years, a decade. See, life's going to be great. No, that's not how the universe works, not how human nature works. So we don't cry when it rains, even though it does get us in our emotions. I'm completely okay if it does. But the idea of it raining is not hard. It's not bad. It just is. It's a necessary part of nature. Same as you having a day where you do absolutely nothing. Same as me, if I want to take an edible, play some Madden for a few hours, kick some kid's butt in India with the Baltimore Ravens. I love doing that. And then watch some reality TV with my girlfriend, order pizza, ice cream, do whatever I want, and fully be present that moment, have no shame and guilt around it. Nothing in the back of my head of, oh, fuck, I should be really in those spreadsheets right now. Fuck that. Who cares? So if you really want to do monk mode, we do that by giving our life balance, like all the monks have talked about. Because monk mode, the way it's currently being shown, isn't monk mode, it's robot mode. So the more we can love ourselves unconditionally, have no shame and guilt, and nothing but love and empathy and compassion for ourselves, whether we're kicking it and kicking ass in business, whatever it may be, attracting your dream person, being super healthy, staying aligned with your breath work and all these other things you're doing, while simultaneously loving yourself for these darker, quote unquote, negative, quote unquote, bad emotions we've assigned to it, of doing nothing, being a quote unquote slob. The moment we can love ourselves here is the moment we become fully balanced, the yin and yang of life, and actually achieve monk mode, which will lead to sustained happiness, fulfillment, and success. So I've now entered a season of life where I just had a long time. I've really enjoyed it since like probably October, of just doing the things that in the past I would have hated myself for. And it put me in a position where I needed to learn to love myself through it all. And once you do, and you see everything just as is, and if tomorrow I want to wake up and actually nap most of the day and pretty much do nothing, or if I want to be in the office and crushing on things, or going out and volunteering, or whatever it is, it's all completely okay. It's all perfect. It all just is. So removing my attachment from these things is what's caused me to transcend this cycle problem that we go through. And I'm actually not transcending the cycle, I'm embracing it fully as opposed to being ashamed of it. And the moment you fully embrace your fear, embrace your pain, and let it run its course, is the moment where you take the video game controller back into your hands. It's the moment where you truly get to create your own reality. And if it does feel right to go on a run of 3 months, 120 days, or a year of just relaxing or of just doing, you'll be able to, because you've transcended the attachment around things. You know how, like, when there's an argument you're having with a friend or a family member, they're on your mind a lot. When they're on your mind, you get angry, you get sad, you get shameful, you get all these different emotions. The moment you fully love them and embrace them, that whole story in your head just ceases and no longer bothers you, no longer plagues you. This is no exception. This is the exact same. And so I implore you, for this next season of life, other than going monk mode in the way it's been described, we do it in the way that it's actually meant to be, which is balance. Because that is how you transcend. That's how you fully embody. That's how you fully activate all aspects of yourself that are all worthy of love, that are all worthy of being embodied, and that what make up the entire human life experience. And that is how you have sustained happiness, fulfillment, and success, what we're all after. That's how you create your own reality. You love yourself fully in all moments. That nothing has power over you. You take full responsibility. And you enjoy every moment of this human experience, just like it was intended. That's it for me today. Thank you all for listening to Cam Talks. I'm not really sure what episode this is, what number, but this is the first one of a lot coming soon in a lot more professional way. And I'm very excited to give it the attention it deserves. So thank you all for joining me on this journey. Again, these are all my own personal stories and beliefs, realizations. Take from it what serves you, leave behind what doesn't. And I love you all. Additionally, it's time to awaken.